One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today. So this is what time we're on, right? This is what we do here. And this is exactly why I say I don't have any loyalty. I have zero loyalty to a party. I have zero loyalty to a race. I have zero loyalty to a gender or a sex. I have zero loyalty because, this is what we're doing. But it makes you really think about people and what people are really made of, that you would have the audacity. You'd have the audacity to get online on a public platform and celebrate someone's murder. That's really, I don't know. That's pretty low. So I don't know what people got going on. I mean, I know times are hard and we're all out here suffering for one reason or another. But yeah, there's something going on with you inside if you are out here celebrating another person's murder. That's just weird. That just says something about you. That's really, really, really odd. That's the type of time you're on. But that's where we are. This is America. This is what we do in America. And you know what? It's going to be fallout. It's going to be fallout about this. This is why sometimes you got to stay quiet. You got to stay quiet. Because there's going to be fallout. People going online and you're making all these videos celebrating this man's murder. You know, and this is what is mind altering to me. Is you are letting your emotions, you're letting your feelings and your emotions get you to do something that could have long-term consequences, right? It hadn't even been 24 hours. Hasn't even been 24 hours, and people have taken to TikTok, taken to Twitter, taken to Instagram, taken to Facebook, and they are making videos of themselves saying, I don't feel any empathy, I don't feel any kind of way, and, this is what happens, and all this other stuff. And it doesn't cross your mind that your employer can see this. It doesn't cross your mind that your neighbor can see this. It doesn't cross your mind that your colleagues will see this. So I recently, just a couple of hours ago, I saw that a colleague of mine had posted something very distasteful. Again, all you're doing is showing your true colors. You're showing what you're really made of. Right? You're just revealing to the world what you're really on. And if there's one thing, if I'm being honest, if there's one good thing that has come out of social media, and someone else said this, and I agree with them, I'm going to repeat it. The best thing that's come out of social media is that we actually get to see who people really are. You actually get to see who people really are and what they're made of because of stuff like this. Because of completely distasteful, just barbaric, demonic things that they post, videos that they make, you get to see who people really are. Okay, so now it's like, oh, okay, where I wouldn't have known before what you really thought about a thing, or thought about a race, or thought about a gender, or thought about politics or whatever. It's like now I know what you think. And so now I get to move accordingly. So just be mindful. Everything is not what it seems. You have people in my field of work, that everything is not what it seems. These people, they on something else. Be mindful. Okay? Just be mindful, because who you think someone is may not be who they are. But one thing social media has done is it has pulled back the curtain. It has pulled back the curtain on people, and now you really know what time people are really on. So that's it. So pay attention. I know I am. Moments like this is when I really pay attention to what's really, what people are posting, what people are saying, what people are really on, like what they're really about. You now get to see it in full display. So just pay attention, right? And I remember saying this also about COVID. I said COVID was a revealer. It revealed to people what time people were really on, and how easily they could be divided, how they could take something like the vaccine, and just very easily divide people. They divided a nation. They divided the world. And you got to see what time people were really on. And instances like this, same thing. You get to really see what people are made of, right? People will love to talk about their religion or their faith or their tolerance or their empathy or their compassion, but you get to actually see if that's real or not when you have situations like this. So that's all. Someone else had talked about when Kevin Samuels died suddenly and how women were celebrating. No, I didn't make a video celebrating, because like I said, I'm a human being. Why would I celebrate the death of another human being? Like, I'm civilized. I'm not an animal. I'm also incredibly tolerant. And I'm also a person who walks the Christian talk. So why would I ever, I keep telling y'all this. I don't get anything out of being petty. I thrive being the bigger person. That's my lane, is being the bigger person and not matching energy or an eye for an eye. I don't get off doing that. I don't see what the point is. So even if someone treats me a certain way or, mistreats me or whatever, what do I gain by doing the same thing? What is the point of it? What do I get out of doing them the way they do me? I don't get anything out of it. But one thing I do know, I keep my karma relatively clear. I keep my karma relatively clean by, like I said, living the way God has instructed me to live. I keep telling y'all this. I fear God. That's why I don't do half the stuff y'all do, because I actually do fear God. I actually do fear retribution, and, I don't want to reap what I sow. I want to reap what I sow in a good way. But people they've lost all reverence, all respect. There's no fear of the Lord anymore. There's pettiness rules the day. They're going to give people back exactly what they feel like they got. They thrive in being petty. They thrive in matching energy. That's just wild to me. And these are adults. These are adult people. But I want you to be careful, because there's a lot of people posting stuff that could get them out of organizations, get them out of jobs. You never know how people are going to respond to this stuff. Just be very, very mindful before you hit record and before you hit send or before you hit, post. Like, just be mindful. Y'all are rolling the dice. Y'all are out here rolling the dice doing some of the stuff that you're doing. So just be mindful, be aware. Okay? It's regardless of how you felt, regardless of his politics or how you felt about him, or, regardless, like, are you willing to put your job on the line? Like, seriously, that's what you have to ask yourself. Are you willing to put your employment on the line for a 90-second reel of you celebrating the death of this person, of you celebrating the murder of this person? That's the type of games y'all are playing. Like, y'all are playing games. Like, I don't play them kind of games. I don't play those kind of games. I don't understand what that's about. I mean, my heart is not in it. My heart is never going to be in celebrating someone's demise. But yeah, I'm over on Facebook, and when I tell y'all, people are blowing up the spot. Like, They got one lady who made a celebratory video, and her colleagues posted where she works, the number to her employer, the exact location. Like, they were like, "Yep, let's lead y'all to this person." Like, people are blowing up the spot to be ignorant. You getting in your feelings, and for 90 seconds, you could regret posting that video. So my grandmother used to say that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Don't say anything at all. And if you absolutely feel like you just got to say something, why do you have to post it? Why do you have to publicly post it for everybody to see, for it to get back to your employer, for it to get back to a colleague, get back to someone you're doing business with? Like, y'all really be rolling the dice. I don't be rolling the dice like that. I don't. Okay? For the most part, if I have strong feelings like that, I keep it to myself. But y'all are rolling the dice on your livelihood, on your family. Like, y'all about to blow up the spot. So that's it. V_Miller_ says, the only time we should celebrate death is in a positive light, when someone we love passes, and we celebrate them, never in a negative light. Yeah, these folks, like, that's it. It's going to be consequences to these videos that they're making. And because they're in their feelings, see, this is where being led around by how you feel can get you permanent consequences. Because you feel a negative way about him or what he stood for. That's just like, I had a lady she came onto my platform about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I had posted something, and the woman in the post had said, well, I'm a Christian. I homeschool my kids. I've had, and it might have been Rachel's video where she was like, yeah, I'm Christian. I'm married. I homeschool my 4 children. And she said, oh, it figures. And I was like, it figures what? Like, so she's a wife. She's a mother of 4 children. She homeschools those children, and she's Christian. What was said that was deplorable? Oh, it figures. Huh? like that's where the world is now. That's how I know the devil is running out of time. He running out of time, y'all. He got to do whatever he got to do, and he gonna take a whole lot of y'all with him. So a whole lot of y'all that's gonna go with him, because he has turned your heart into stone. He has got you following a feeling. He got your heart full of hate. But he running out of time. I gotta do something. The more egregious, the better. The more, deplorable and degenerate, the better. I'm running out of time. I gotta ramp it up. I gotta start turning it's divide and conquer time. And if it isn't politics, it's gender or sex. If it isn't that, it's sexual orientation. If it isn't that, it's race. Like, how long are we gonna fall for this? We've been falling for the divide and conquer for a while. Jew and Gentile, Jew and Palestinian, like it's always something. How long y'all gonna keep falling for this? Because I keep telling y'all, to me it's only two sides, and that's what God believes. God don't care about none of these things. He don't care about Jew and a Palestinian and this and that and black and white and men and women and this and no. He care about righteousness. He care about what's right. That's it. Right and wrong, good and evil. That's it. There isn't anything in between. You're either on God's side or you're on the devil's side. And it's become very obvious what side people are falling on because they are so emotionally immature. They cannot hold their tongue. They cannot hold their post button to post these videos. But these videos are going to have consequences. Y'all are making these videos and you think your employer, you think people you do business with don't see it. They see it. They see it. I've unfollowed quite a few people just today because I was like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with this person. This person revealed their true heart, their true character for humanity, right? Last I checked, it's humanity. And again, you didn't have to agree with this politics. I keep telling y'all, I lean conservative. I'm not a MAGA Republican, but if forced to, I lean conservative because I'm smart, because I can critically think, because I don't let people sell me a narrative based on a feeling and an emotion. So yeah, you might feel a way about me. I lean conservative in my viewpoint. Everybody here knows I support traditional gender roles. Everybody here knows I know what a woman is. So you might not want to follow me anymore. Because last I checked, like I said, the way God made it, all the way back then is still the way it is now. Y'all are trying so hard. You're trying so hard to turn everything on its head. And people like me that won't let that happen, that won't allow your lies to continue. Well, we don't know what a woman is, or here's the definition that some liberal feminist or liberal, Democrats will say. A woman is anyone who identifies as a woman. And what is a woman? Well, it's anyone who identifies as a woman. Okay. All right, that's my cue because like I said, that's my cue to leave the internet alone for the rest of the day. Because this circular reasoning is childish. It's not for those of us, again, who are mature and grown and smart. People who have intellect. It's not for us. So my heart goes out to the family. Wickedness. It's purely wicked. It's purely evil. And anyone who celebrates it is wicked and evil. So that's it. Have a great day. Try to stay open to love.